Hello everyone, I'm Ketan from an organization called FUEL. Long form of my organization is very unique and it stands for Friends Union for Energizing Lives. I at the age of 19 thought of starting this organization in India where we face a critical challenge of mapping the opportunities to right career counseling and skill development. And that's where this journey started. And it was very adequate to know that a lot of Indians or a lot of young people have huge potential to aspire for their career, but they are limited with their knowledge of information, limited with their gap of opportunities known, and then the ability to take financially those careers or skills. So we at FUEL focus on the students at standard 9th, grade 9th, and make them available the opportunities which they can perceive. In the process, we also identify their aptitude through a psychometric test where their personality, aptitude, and interest is checked. As per their mapping, the clinical psychologists and counselors provide them a roadmap of what kind of opportunities they can take and what kind of aspirations they will be able to take. Do I have my presentation? Yeah. Okay. By the time the presentation starts, the model is unique because in schools we have students who want to aspire for higher education. In colleges we have students who want to aspire for getting a dream job. But if you take the rate of unemployment and skill development and dropout and map all these three together, you'll find a clear distinction that people having knowledge and resources cannot take the right aspiration. People having the right skill development aspiration, they cannot take their further lead. Now, how does this challenge get solved? If you know, our country's Prime Minister has a flagship program called Skill India, and massive allocation of Skill India is allocated for the youth empowerment to get the right skills. Today, in our country, Digital India, Make in India, and Skill India are the three programs where quality human resource potential is the key to take it future. And we at FUEL work with various corporate social responsibility partners at various populations of India to penetrate this information to the grassroots. One example I would like to give you, we work with City Foundation who is supporting us with police personnel and defense personnel children of India. There are almost 65,000 defense personnel, the JCO category and the Jawans category, the soldiers category which we say. We learned that after doing research, 78% of the defense personnel children were not choosing their careers, were not able to perceive their aspiration. As a result, the morale of that person who is fighting for you at the border, the hope of that child is reduced. How do we make sure that child goes to the next level was the challenge. And we identified around 63,000 youth who could be penetrated and made to reach the right aspiration. The model which you find on the screen, of course, this is the Champions of Change, one of the events which Prime Minister hosted recently. FUEL was chosen among the 35 young change-making organizations who are working on the grassroots. Next. The program name is called Kyoto Connect, which I was trying to explain you, and it revolves around building the aspiration of students to take the right career and then take the right skill. Next. So, as you see in the screen, the one-to-one counseling sessions are conducted by the counselors and clinical psychologists with the parents, wherein a personalized goal map is drawn that which kind of opportunity or scholarships the child can go through. SMS alerts and mobile app is developed where different deadlines about different opportunities are given to the students and parents. We have reached almost 900,000 students in different parts of India, and we have expanded this program recently in Uganda and Tanzania in Africa. And currently I am pursuing my research fellowship on career assessment at University of Cambridge in UK, where we have building the framework which actually fits in the aptitude, personality and interest of the student to aspire which skill he can go. Next. These are some of the statistics in which we work, and with 20 plus CSR partners, what we have found is the uniqueness in the model is reaching to the grassroots. The government machinery is getting involved. The institutes are getting the intake which they want. They are getting brighter students as per their intake because the aspiration and the intake of institute is matching. And around 1,000 colleges have adopted this model as an intensive model wherein this becomes a part of process of academics to test the student regularly on various inputs of careers. If you see the challenge which lies in India is mapping the skill development to the right industry manpower. At one side, the report says around 75% of engineers which come out from various colleges, they do not possess skills that are necessary to get for employment. And on the other side, the employer is saying that I need the right skill employee to take the future for my company. Now, how do you bridge this gap? To bridge this gap, we have started a very unique initiative which could be scaled across the globe. It's called as Career Guidance and Counseling Center. And it's a center located at a district headquarters at a very prominent location, wherein the youth undergoing their high schools can come and take all this test, get this information across them. In the next slide, you'll see my impact, what has happened because of this program. Around 73% of the youth who underwent this program, they have not dropped out from the higher education. Around 28% of girls perceived their education to higher education, which is very rare to find after a graduation for a country like us. Around 48% of the children got the right scholarships. So on one side, we have huge number of people wanting to donate, wanting to give back to their own alumni, wanting to give back to their own schools where they studied. But the challenge was, how do you bring them together? So here we have a person who thinks that I wish to contribute to a city which is most in remote town, and I would like to contribute for the girls' higher education in that school. We bridge them by a video talk, by a communication channel, and make that student get the desired scholarship for skill development or higher education. Next. This is the innovative program which I have been telling you. Is the program wherein the defense personnel children aspire not only to pursue their careers in defense, but also aspire to become the leaders within their families to take their aspiration to the next level. 137 schools and 65,000 youth have participated in this program and have taken the pledge not to drop out from higher education or skill development and go further. Next. This is the career guidance and counseling centers which have been established in 100 districts of India, the 100 backward districts of India, wherein the country's planning commission has identified if we can help this 100 districts of India, the growth can happen. So we are targeting those industry cluster districts where the skill development could be done, and as a rate of which the employment rate increases. And we have tied up with multiple partners, whether that's a bank who employs almost 300,000 employees a year, is partner in this program, where they teach financial literacy, communication skills, teamwork, ability to aspire them to get the right job. That's wherein the industry partnership is coming in. As a result, what has happened, the most critical challenge which we face in any skill development program is the attrition rate at which the employee or the prospective youth loses the job interest. To make him aspire to go for the right aspiration, you need to cultivate that kind of curriculum, energy in this. And I'm proud to tell you that 74% of the youth who undergo this program have remained in this organization for more than 3 years and contributed significantly for the future development of that organization. Next. This is the flow chart, and which is very globally, we can use this. If any high school system or any college system, these are the broad level 3 challenges which we see. One is a student wants to go for pursuing higher education, and he needs to know the career options, and he needs to know the scholarship options that he or she can pursue. Second is get enrolled into a skilling course wherein he develops his skills and gets his first job. Our third is he has done both the categories but is looking for a job search. And that's where we need to build an ecosystem wherein a career counseling is done, skilling is done, and then finally student is given a job which he or she deserves. And in this process, he's helped with better skilling, better scholarship, and better career aspiration. If we can do these three things for our youth anywhere in the world, we'll be able to make them employable and get them the right job. The model is being studied very regularly by various universities also, and we have found that if we could build these cells within the university, within the education ecosystem, it really makes a lot of difference. And that's where the new law of corporate social responsibility, which started in India, we are among the top 20 CSR partners who are supporting this from last 5 years, and we have seen a drastic change on ground happening because of this. Yeah. This is a scholarship implementation process which we follow through the connecting the students, and we screen the students through online application.
Hours.
Then we screen the application by taking the right timing noting so that the deadline does not get missed. And then the interview and sorting students based on the financial needs. The home visit is conducted. And then the donor is made to connect with the student. Yeah, next. These are some of the fellows who have gone to various universities across the world. And all these girls are from very poor financial background, not having their own house, one single parent, a lot of challenges. But now these girls are studying in different universities they would have not dreamt of, say Columbia University, say Harvard, Oxford, Stanford, you name them, and you would see the Udan fellows studying there and aspiring from the very grassroots background. Next. These are some of our large believers in the philosophy. We have financial institutions, we have companies like Tata's, the banks like Citi Foundation, all of them trying to solve this problem. But this problem is very big. The entire country, the entire globe is facing, wherein we build the skills of the youth and do it. On this positive note of NGO Expo, I would like to tell you that whatever contribution we could do for our youth, it will be very significant because they all need the right channel and right aspiration. They all have immense potential, but they need right platform. They all have immense energies to work on it, but they need a strong push from all of us. And if we can do this together, all of us will make a huge difference in the community, in the society. And I've seen the presentations from morning. Everybody is revolving around education, skills, and technology. If we could bridge all these three, it will be a significant factor for our world, wherein a professor from Columbia University talks to a very remote area in Uganda or Tanzania, we would be able to bridge that gap and make it happen. And lastly, if we have to make our dreams into reality, we all need to come together. Whichever part we are in, we are trying our best to solve the challenges. And I think if we could make the synergies happen and make the collaboration happen, which is very difficult to find in a non-profit space, the collaboration wherein the energies are there, but somebody is not there to collaborate the effective tool. And I think NGO Expo is one of the wonderful tools which is giving this opportunity. I thank them. And I'm very fortunate in my audience. I have my very initial days mentor, Monica Patel ma'am. She's from Pune, and she's all the way to see the growth and process. So if we can get mentors like this, I have Mallikarjun, who came from Atlanta all the way to see what FUEL is doing to present here. I think we all need we all need people like you who can change and make the difference happen from a young person like me. So thank you very much for your patient hearing.